Hello guys, this is Elias. Um, it seems a lot of people have had a lot of difficulty with my splitting the loot module. Not so much with understanding the concepts, but with implementing within a reasonable amount of time. So I kind of want to cover how I go over it and how I envisioned it working. Maybe give you some ideas or tips on how you can work it a little differently. Maybe make it a little easier for yourself. Not take as long. Let's begin up here. And the way that we always did it in practice, the way we always did it while testing, was you would read the colored bag first, along with its color. In this case, 71 red. Then you would read all letter number combinations: Echo 1, Hotel 4, India 5. And then you would read all the remainders: 05, 97, 72. The reason for this is so that you had all your mandatory stuff kind of grouped at the beginning, which made the solving a little easier, made it a little more consistent. Once you got the stuff, the expert is going to look up the values, obviously. 23, H4 is 37, and I5 is 38. And then we sum those up. I don't actually need a calculator, but for the sake of transparency, $169. Now, since we're splitting this into two even groups, we obviously need an even amount of money to distribute, or an even amount of goods to distribute. Right now we have 169, which is odd, which is not going to work. So, we don't need to try to figure out if we can get 169 to work on both sides. We can't. We need an even sum. To get an even sum, we need to add an odd number to this odd sum. So, we need to either add the 5 or the 97 to the pool. Now, it's possible we may also need to add some even ones, which isn't going to change if it's odd or even. But we'll figure that out after we test these. So, 169 plus 5 is going to give me 174. 169 plus 97 is going to give me 266. In each case, once I've gotten my sum with this new number added in, I want to take my sum and I want to have it divided in 2. In the case of 174, we're going to get 87. And in the case of 266, we're going to get 133. Let's work with the 87 case first, because it's a little easier. This is using 05. So let's move it up top for a second. And we're saying we want a sum of 87 on each side. Is that possible? Well, in my opinion, the easiest way to figure this out, and the best way to solve this, is to start with the largest number you have. In this case is 71. Figure out what else you'd need. So we have 71. That means we would need 16. Well, can I make 16 out of what's left? 23 is too big, 37 is too big, 38 is too big, 5 is too small. If we added 5, we'd still need 11 more, and we don't have 11. So that combination is not going to work. So we can cross that off our list. That's not what we want. So let's go down to the second possibility, 133. Now that is using this 97 here as one of my numbers, and not the 5. So let's see if this is possible. Well, again, let's start with the biggest number, 97. If we had 97, we want to get to 133, we then need to add 36. Can we do 36 with what's left? Well, no. 71, 37, 38 is too big. 23 is too small, but there's nothing to add to it. So those two options are out. Well, since we didn't get it just by adding an odd number, now we're going to have to throw in an extra even number. We only have one even number to possibly add that was theoretically optional. That's the 72. So let's go ahead and move it to the top. And let's just go ahead and change our sum, since we know 72 is mandatory now, because we have to add something to that sum. That's not going to cut it. So we add 72 to 169 gets 241. Obviously 241 is going to be subject to the same problem 169 was, so we're going to have to add either the 5 or the 97. We're going to have the numbers, and then we're going to see if these are doable. Well, we got a little more choices now on what we're doing number-wise. If we add the 5, we need 123. Let's start with the biggest number, 72. That's going to leave me with 51 to get for my second number. Can I make 51 with my remaining pieces? So I got 72. Can I make 51? Well, I can't use 71 with it. 38, I would need another 13. That's not going to work. 37, I need another 14. It's not going to work. 23, I'd need another 28. That's not going to work. So this combination does not work. Still no go. Well, let's try this last one, which we know must be right because it's the only possibility left. 97. That's going to give me a whopping 169. Well, how do we get 169 if we start with 97? Well, that's going to leave me with 72 to get. And wouldn't you know it, 72 is one of my numbers. So, 97, 72 is going to equal the 169. These other four numbers should also total 169, which we can confirm if we feel the need. And thus, that's my answer. Since I know which one is red, I'm then going to read off to my diffuser. Alright, for red, you want 71 and then all three of the letters. For blue, you want 72 and 97. And the module's done. Let's try another one like that. 69, red. Bravo 3, Juliet 3, Golf 5, 30, 69, 67. Let's put a divider on the mandatory, not mandatory. Let's look up numbers. B3 is 38. J3 is 36. G5 is 28. This looks actually very similar to the last situation we were in. 69, 38, 36, 28, 171. Does not work because it's odd, so we need to add an odd number to it. And again, wouldn't you know it, I've got two options for the odd number. Either 69 or 67. So let's add 67. That gives me 238. So adding 69 should give me 240. We're going to divide them by 2. Gives me 120 or 119, depending on which one I use. And let's see if any of these are doable. Let's say we add the 69 first. Which does give me two 69s, interestingly. I need 120. My highest number is a 69. I would need a 51 to go with it. Can I make 51? The other 69 is obviously going to be too much. 38, I need 13, no. 36, I need 15, no. 28, I need 23, no. Doesn't work. Likewise, for 119, I would need 69 and 50. Just like I can't make 51, I can't make 50 either. So these two options are out. Well, just like before, that means we've got to add that 30 in there, which is going to bump this sum to 201, which is going to bump these totals up by 30 as well, which is going to bump these totals up by 15 apiece. So, let's try to get these numbers. For 135, if I have 69, I need an additional 66 to get to 135. Can I make 66? 38 and 28. Oh, 38 and 28. That works. So there's 38 and 28. We use 69. We'll move the divider here. So we have 69, 38, 28. We can double check this just to be sure. 135 and 135. So, for red, you've got 69, B3, and G5. Blues are J3, 30, and 69. Now, conversely, since we had two 69s, one was mandatory, we could have made an assumption that we probably would be using the other one in the other color and looked for just the smaller numbers, but that does run a risk that maybe I actually need 138 on one side. So, something to consider. Let's do one more. Okay, all the others are going to be a little harder. This one, B5 is red. B4, D4. 22, 48, 24, 93. Alright, let's look up the number combo. 50, or B3, no, B5, that's 20. B4 is 18. D4 is 22. Well, let's look at the sum. That's 60. 60 is even, so let's see if we can work with just 60. 60 divided by 2 would be 30. Can I make 30s? No. No. Obviously, I don't have enough there to kind of make that work. So, we're going to... Now, we're in even territory already. We want to stay in even territory, which means, since we only have one odd number, if we add the odd number, we're going to be in odd territory. We don't want to be there. We want to stay in evens. So this 93, we know we're not going to use it, because we can't add an odd number, because we don't have another odd number to add. And if I had two odd numbers, I could either use both or neither. If I had three odd numbers, I could use 0 or 2 of them. Because I'm in even, though, I don't want to add an odd number of odd numbers, because then I switch to odd. So, we've got three possibilities here: 22, 24, 48, or pairs 22, 24, 22, 48, 24, 48, or all three of them. But let's see if we can kind of maybe think this through a little bit. 22, we've got another 22. So is it possible that I can just make a 38 and be done? No. Okay. Worth a shot. Now I can look at this and kind of see where we're going with this, but these are small enough numbers. Let's go through this process pretty quick. I like to start with my smallest number to add, because it gives me the shortest possibilities. If we add the 22 to the pile, we get 82 for our sum, which means we need 41 on each side. We don't have any odd numbers, so we can't get an odd number on a side, so that possibility is just out the door. If we add 24, we get 84, which gives us 42 on each side. Can we do 42 on each side? Yes, we can. We take our largest number, which in this case is the 24. We would need an 18 to go with it, which we have, and there's going to be our solution. The 24 is going to go with the 18 to give us 42. The 20 and the 22 is going to go together to give us a 42. B5 is red, so is D4. B4 and 24 are blue. Alright, another one with a letter. Bravo 1 is red. Charlie 6, Charlie 5. 24, 24, 93, 56. Good possibility that we're not going to need those 24s. They're going to cancel out. But we'll make sure. B1 is 19. C6 is 18, and C5 is 26. Sum them up. What do we get? 63. 63 is odd, so we need to add an odd number. We only have one, so 93 becomes mandatory as well. 156. So that's our sum right now, is 156. Half of 156 is 78. Can I make a 78? Well, considering I need to have a 93 on one side, no, I can't. So, where do we add? What do we add to this 156? Well, we could add 24. We could add 56. We could add both 24s. We could add one of the 24s and 56. Or we could add the whole kit and caboodle. Let's try them one at a time. 56 and 24 gives me 180. Half of that is 90. I have a 93. Obviously, 90 is too small. Not going to work. Next. 156 plus 56 is 212. Half of that is 106. This is possibly doable. We have a 93. We need a 13 to add to that. No, not gonna cut it. Okay. Let's try adding two 24s, assuming they go on different sides. That's going to give me 204. Is that right? I think that's right. Let's double check. Yeah. Half of that's 102. 93 would need a 9 added to it. I don't have a 9. Next attempt. 156 and 24, which is 180, plus 56 is 236. Half of that is 118. So with my 93, I need an additional 25. Can I make 25? No, I can't, which means we're going for everything. 156 plus 24 plus 24 plus 56 is 260. Half of that is 130. With my 93, I would need an additional 37. How do I make 37? Well, I obviously don't use 56. 24 would need a 13. 18 would need a 19. So we have 93, 18, and 19 together, and all the rest of them together. So we'll split it like this. Let's confirm the numbers, 19, 18, and 93. 26, 24, 24, 56, 130, and 130. Here's the case I was mentioning earlier about counting out doubles. They happen to both be needed on the same side to make a much bigger number, so didn't work out this time. For my reds, I need Bravo 1, Charlie 6, 93. Everything else is blue. And the last one. Again, one odd number. So we're either going to have to use it or can't use it. And you know what? I don't want to end on that. So let's actually generate another set. Because I want to have one that has a little more challenge with the odd-even situation. I don't want all of them to have just one odd number. So we'll let the game reload. I have a lot of mods, so the game is a little laggy anymore. Okay, let's see what we got. Here we have two odd numbers. This, we have a mandatory one though, no. Here we have two optional, three optional odd numbers. Let's go for this one. I think this will be an exciting one. C2 is blue. We also have Delta 5 and Foxtrot 3. And then for our numbers, we have 89, 49, 81, and 24. We will start as always. Look these up. 13. D5 is 12. F3 is 23. 13 plus 12 plus 23 is 48, which is even. So, first off, can we just do this one? Half of 48 is 24. No, can't make it 24. Oh, it's kind of funny that 24 is one of the numbers we're not using currently. Alright. If we want to keep it even, we can add even numbers to it. So we can add 24 to this and try that out. 72, half of which is 36. And this actually works. Like so. So the one possibility was I needed to add an even number, which I did, and that got me a solution. The other and that's adding no odd numbers. The other possibility was I needed to add two odd numbers. So I would have had to have checked two of them, and then two others, and then two others, and try them with just the letters or just the 24. Didn't need to go that far this time. I got C2 and F3. I got D5 and 24. Let's find another one with... Okay, here's a similar concept. 87 is red. E4, F6, C1, 69, 04, and 91. We'll look these up. E4 is 31. F6 is 21. Oops. Is 21. C1 is 13. Add those up. 152, which is even. Obviously, first check, can we just finish there? No, 87's too big, not going to fit with 90 or 76. So, our options. Either we need no odd numbers, and in which case we need to add an even number, or we need two odd numbers, in which case we have to add both of them. And at that point we can add an even number and not change whether it's even or odd. So these are my four possibilities. We've already ruled this one out. So let's try this one. 156, half of which is 78. I still have an 87 to deal with, so that's not going to work. Which means we have to, since this doesn't work and this doesn't work, I need to add one of the odd numbers, but if I add one of them, I need to add two of them. So now all of this is mandatory, which brings my mandatory total up to 312. Half of 312 is 156. That's a huge number, but this doesn't have to be so intimidating. We want to start with the biggest number to chop into it. 91. That leaves us needing 65. I don't have a 65. Can I make 65? Well, I've used the 91s. I can't use the 87. I can't use the 69. If I use 31, I would need 34 more. 21 plus 13. And then let's double check that these other two together work. "91, 31, 21, 13 is 156, 69, 87, 156. There's our solution. 87 and 69. 91 and all three letters. I'm going to go ahead and finish off this board, I think. So if you want to grab this, pause it, see how you do with it, and then you can see what I come up with. And be aware that there are possibly multiple answers to some of these. Doesn't mean either answer is wrong. It's intentionally designed to be like that, so don't let that freak you. Alright, you can go ahead and pause this one if you want to give it a try. G2 is 11, J4 is 31, I3 is 15, calculator, 59, 11, 31, 15 is 116, which is even, so we immediately check it. We're going to get 58 as half of it. 59 is, no, doesn't work. We are in even territory, so we either need to add 0, 2, or theoretically 4 odd numbers. I only have 1. If I add it, I need to add another one, but I don't have another one. So that's off the table. So I either need to add 8, 10, or 18. Plus 10, or plus both of them, plus 18. Half of this is going to give me 62. Half of this is going to give me 68. No, 58. And half of this. That's not right. There we go. That looks better. It's going to give me 63. Half of this is going to give me 67. So one of these four totals is hittable. I have a 59. 59 to get to 58, not possible. 59 plus 3, well, I don't have a 3. 59 plus 4, well, I don't have a 4. 59 plus 8. Oh, wait, I got an 8. So there's our split. 59 and 8. Everything but the odd number. "60 is blue. Delta 5. Juliet 4. Delta 6. 77. 14. 92. Again, we have one odd number, so we're either going to have to use it or can't use it. So that'll be easy enough to figure out. Delta 5, 12. Juliet 4, 31. Delta 6, 16. That looks like an odd total. It is 119. Can't have an odd total, so we need to add an odd number, and we only got one. So we have to add that to it as well. That gives us 196 as a total. And we can either add 14, 92, or both. Let's look at these one at a time. 196 halves the 98. My smallest number is 77, so I would need an additional 19. 60 is too big, 31 is too big, 16 and 3, no, 12 and 7, no, that doesn't work. Let's add 14 to 10, which half of that is 105. So in this case, my 77, so we divide this by 2, that got us to 105, subtract 77 gives us, we need 28. 66, no, 31, no, 16 plus 12, and there's our answer. Get the 77 with the 16 and 12. So our answer, blue, is 60, J4, and 14. Reds are 77 and the 2 remaining letters. Now, I could go through here and see if one of these has an answer. I don't care. I don't need it. I'm not going to spend the time looking for it. Last up, Delta 4 is blue. Juliet 4. Foxtrot 3. 63, 27, 33, and 80. Ooh, I like the looks of this one. Let's look those three up. D4 is 22, J4 is 31, F3 is 23. Interesting, I actually have an even number. 76. 76 by itself is not going to cut it because it's even, so we have it. 38. I can't make two 38s with three numbers. If not, none of them's 38. So, we either need to add just the even number, or two of the odds, or two of the odds and the even number. This will be the biggest one we've done so far. So, it's either plus 80, plus 63 and 27, 63 and 33, 63, or no, 27 and 33, or any of those plus 80. So all of those are my possibilities. Well, let's get some totals. 76 plus 80 is going to be 156. This combination is 166. That's adding 6 to that. 76, 27, 33 is 136. Let's deal with these four first, and then we can move on to the others. Because I'm lazy, actually no, let's go ahead and get the other totals. 246, 252, 216. So there are my totals. Put them in order. Also, I'm going to replace this 76 here with the numbers that made it. So there's my possibility of totals. Notice I can't use all 7 because I have an odd total. Let's have these. 136 halves 268. 78, 83, 86, 108, 123, 126. Alright, so for this one, 68. Can I make 68? I've got lots of small pieces, so it's possible. 33 would need 35, 31 and 4, 23 and 12, 22 and 13, 27. No, that's not doable. Boop. I have an 80 in this one. 80 plus negative something. No. Boop. 83. I've got a 63. I would need a 20. Everything's too big. No. Boop. I have a 63. I need 30. No, I need 23 to add to it, which I have. So this is going to be my answer for this one. The 23 and the 63. So the 23 and the 63 are going together. and then the 31, the 22, and the 33 are going together. So blue is D4, J4, 33. Red is 23, which is F3, sorry, and 63. So that's me going through and doing 5 while explaining all the steps. If you are faster at math, then you probably don't need the calculator. You can skip those steps, get through this pretty quick. If you are not so good with the maths, maybe you need to take a little more time to write these things out. You may go a little slower than I did, but you may go about the same speed because you're not going to have to explain to somebody as you go. This is not a horribly hard module. It is a you need to get used to me module. But it's not super hard, and there are easy ones that pop up. I mean, if you get one where you get A4, B4, and blue E5, well, sometimes the answer just kind of falls in your lap. But that's my suggestion. That's something I don't see a lot of people. I see people like grabbing random numbers and trying them. No, go through them in order. Like I said, I definitely suggest see if your sum of mandatories is even. If not, do what you need to do to make it even. List out some possibilities if you need to make sure you're going to cover them all. Do them with whatever's going to give you the smallest total first. Have it. See if you can make that. If not, and when you're seeing if you can make it, always start with the biggest number you need to grab. See if any other combinations reach the smaller thing you need to add to that. But anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope this is helpful. If it is, awesome. If it's not, well, you don't have to play with the module if it's not up your alley. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.